Officer Hertz walked the city streets in disgust. The streets and shops were decorated in human bunting, and the locals went along laughing and caressing with human sweets and songs. Despite the native Tawny not being human, seeing an older male sitting to the side, he sought refuge from the human celebrations. "Greetings, Elder. I am glad one of your kind do not try to be human, even copying their religious holidays." The Greying Elder looked on Hertz with a gleam in his eye. "This is not a human holiday, young one, but I can see how you could be confused. Tell me, do you know the origin of Salvation Day?" Hertz tensely shook his head. "I know it is a young religion from shortly after your people met humans. Some missionaries, no doubt?" The elder bowed his head, looking at the small object he was assembling. "Well, you are half right. Would you care to hear of it? I was there." Hertz glanced out at the crowds, some placing offerings before a portrait of a human. "If it can make sense of this, surely." The elder stroked the object in his hand. "This is a tale I told my children and their children. It is a tale that must be told twice to appreciate. When I was a young pup, the days were hot and bright. Both my parents worked hard, and we were always hungry. My sister spent more time in school and got a bit more food because she would need them for our own pups one day. I was going to be entering the mines soon. Only needed to know enough to listen to the foreman. No mate or pups in my future. Then one day school let out early. We went home expecting to just have a bit more time for chores before our parents got home. But they were already home. Papa was cooking. Pots and pans we hadn't seen removed from the cupboards before. We ate so well. I never remembered not being hungry. After we ate, my sister and I napped as Mama brushed us. I woke as the sun set. I was not used to so much food and could not stay asleep. I went into the backyard to look at the stars, laughing. Sita followed me, and soon so did our parents. Up in the sky were the stars, and one bright one getting brighter and brighter as we watched. My parents held each other close as they looked at it. Then the star grew a tail. A little one at first, but soon brighter and brighter, slowly arcing across the sky to the horizon. Just as the sun was coming up again, it grew cloudy, and for the first time in my life it began to snow. I played in the wet slush, and later that day, humans arrived. They had bittersweet smiles, but they brought things I had not dreamed of. Candies and sweet drinks. It was another day from school and work. A feast, and time for family we had not had time for before. Looking to the officer, the elder points at the festive drinks and treats. That is what a child experienced. Later, I learned the truth of it. We had hurt our world. We had used up considerable water, and our crops and livestock suffered. Money for things other than getting resources dried up like our legs. So we stopped looking to the stars. Well, a regular comet was on its long orbit, but instead of being far off or a near miss, this time it was dead on us. Large and fast enough it would end life here, and there was nothing we could do, not in time. The humans had arrived on the galactic scene, with warships bristling with guns, expecting to war with everyone, only to find that they had been listening to exciting media too much. To put on a kind of face, they had a tour arranged. A large scaffold with a slip drive would attach dozens of civilian ships to go world to world and show off human wares, traditions, and technologies. They arrived to hear the news of our coming demise and not to bother. They mourned and prepared to leave. Shuttles and containers could hardly help. But one human detached from the craft. Travis Cobb. Like the salad, he would say. A man with an infectious laugh who enjoyed life. He was traveling to show off asteroid mining. His craft, an old Thor-class miner. They match with an asteroid and sink in probes to mine rock or ice. or using a large thruster pushed them to refineries. But one mining ship versus a massive comet, and so late? What most do not know is human ships are rated by safety. 100% thrust is what is safe. You can push the drives to 105% and get hot. 110%, radiation will seep into the habitat module. Travis landed on the comet, drove his fuel lines into the surface, then pushed his drives to 140%. He might survive a few minutes like that. He taped his hands to his controls and held it for 9 hours, enduring a burning hell to push a comet to mostly miss our world. It brushed so close that comet ice was breaking off in our atmosphere, seeding us with large amounts of water. He gave his life for people he would never see, to give them the one great human gift: hope.